Hidden signs of high intelligence that psychology reveals. Most people think intelligence shows up in degrees, test scores, or how fast you solve problems. But psychologists have discovered something stranger. The real markers of intelligence are hiding in behaviors most people completely overlook. And here's what's wild. Many highly intelligent people don't even realize they're doing them. These aren't party tricks or IQ hacks. They're subtle patterns that reveal how your brain actually processes the world. Comfortable with uncertainty. Most people need answers immediately. They panic when things are unclear and rush to conclusions just to feel secure. But research shows truly intelligent minds do the opposite. They sit in the discomfort of, I don't know yet. They explore multiple possibilities before deciding. This isn't indecision, it's intellectual honesty. When someone can say, I need more information, without anxiety, that's a brain operating at a higher level. Lower intelligence mistakes confidence for correctness. High intelligence knows the difference. Talking to themselves. You catch yourself narrating your own thoughts, muttering through problems out loud? Most people think that's weird. Psychology calls it private speech, and it's a sign of advanced cognitive processing. Studies show people who verbalize their thinking solve problems faster and make fewer errors. Selective socializing. Society says the more friends, the better. But intelligent people often have smaller social circles. Not because they're antisocial, because they're selective. Research from the British Journal of Psychology found that highly intelligent people feel less life satisfaction from frequent social interaction. They'd rather have 3 deep conversations than 30 shallow ones. If you prefer quality over quantity in relationships, that's not loneliness. That's your brain optimizing for meaningful connection. Extroversion isn't intelligence. Late-night energy. Ever feel most alive when everyone else is asleep? Studies consistently link higher intelligence with being a night owl. Intelligent people often have delayed sleep phases. Their brains hit peak performance when the world goes quiet. This isn't laziness or poor habits. It's how their circadian rhythm naturally operates. Overthinking everything. You analyze conversations days later. You see problems nobody else notices. You plan for outcomes that might never happen. People call it anxiety. Psychologists call it pattern recognition on overdrive. Intelligent minds don't just see what is. They see what could be. The downside. Mental exhaustion. The upside. You're rarely caught off guard. If you overthink, you're not weak. You're processing more data than most people even notice exists. The key isn't to stop thinking. It's to channel it. Messy environments. Clean desk, clean mind, right? Wrong. Research from the University of Minnesota found that messy desks are linked to creativity and intelligence. Disorganization isn't laziness. It's a brain that prioritizes ideas over aesthetics. Intelligent people often have organized chaos. They know exactly where everything is, even if it looks random to others. If your workspace looks like a hurricane hit it, you're probably not scattered. You're focused on things that matter more than perfect shelves. Self-deprecating humor. The smartest people in the room often make themselves the joke. They laugh at their own mistakes and flaws openly. Psychology shows this signals high emotional intelligence and self-awareness. You can't mock yourself unless you've already analyzed yourself deeply. It also shows confidence. Only secure people can be vulnerable for a laugh. If you roast yourself regularly, you're not insecure. You're emotionally intelligent enough to see yourself clearly and brave enough to share it. Questioning authority. Some people follow leaders blindly. Intelligent people ask why. Not to be difficult, but because their brains demand logic. Studies show higher intelligence correlates with skepticism of power structures. They don't reject authority. They just need it to make sense. If someone says, because I said so, that's where the conversation starts for them, not ends. This gets them labeled as difficult or rebellious. But it's not defiance. It's intellectual integrity. If you question the rules, you're not a troublemaker. You're a thinker. Reading body language effortlessly. You know when someone's lying before they finish their sentence. You sense tension in a room immediately. You pick up on microexpressions others miss. That's not paranoia. That's high social intelligence. Your brain is processing nonverbal data constantly. Most people only hear words. You're reading the whole conversation. If you've always been good at reading people, that's a cognitive gift most don't have. The uncomfortable truth. Intelligence isn't what you were born with. It's what you choose to do with your mind every single day. The habits you build either sharpen it or dull it. Most people will watch this and forget it in 5 minutes. Back to autopilot, back to average. But if you recognized yourself in any of these signs, you're already ahead. The question is, what are you going to do with it? If you want more raw psychology that cuts through the noise, subscribe. Every week, I break down the patterns most people ignore but need to understand.